Okay, it's Thursday, March 13th. This is an update. I know I did one yesterday, but I'm doing another one today. We're going to talk about what's coming up towards the end of the month, but into April, and I'll show you some data to give you a general idea of what we're looking at. Okay, so between now and the 19th, this is kind of the way the pattern is. And as you can see, quite warm in the central part of the United States and quite warm up in the Northeast up here. More so north of Pennsylvania, but still, we're in the above average area for the next 4 days. As we move this a little bit ahead in time, this takes us from the 19th through the 24th. You can see cold temperatures are starting to squeeze this above normal area. And Pennsylvania is basically normal to a little bit above normal during that period. But you can see in the beginning of the period, it's warmer. This is the 17th through the 22nd. So cold air will be coming in after the 22nd. That's why you see it go down a little bit. As we move this further out, this is the 21st through the 26th. Like I said, cold air starts coming in after the 20th. You can see temperatures in the eastern part of the United States, all the way down to Florida, are below normal for this seasonably below normal. We're not talking, zero, but cold. There'll be some nights where temperatures are in the teens in northern Pennsylvania. And as we move this a little further out towards the end of the month, it's the 24th through the 29th. You can still see we're below normal, but a little less. And then it comes back again as we get into the beginning of April 27th through the 1st. There's another shot of cold air comes down, and this one again goes all the way down to Florida. North, it kind of swipes. We got a block up here in northern New England that's keeping them a little bit above normal. Now, this takes you from the 30th of March through the 4th of April. And you can see these green is much below normal. This is very below normal here. So it's going to be probably a very cold period during that period of time, all the way from Alabama, northern Alabama and Georgia, all the way up into Pennsylvania. So we're looking at in Jersey and Delaware, you're looking at below normal, but not as much as Pennsylvania. As we move this a little further out, you can see it expands later on towards the 6th of April, and then very cold all the way down to Florida, much below normal, and Pennsylvania here. Now it spreads into Jersey and Delaware, but very much below normal then. So this is a cold, very cold snap. I hope you're not planting anything. I just moved this out another day later. This is the period between the 2nd and the 7th, and this is what it's below normal here. I mean, much below normal. And then you see these purplish and blues in there. That's very cold temperatures. And that's insane for this time of year. And then as we start to move out towards the 9th of April, it kind of regresses a little bit. And then you can see by the 11th, we're not too bad, but we're still below normal. Then we have a warm period between, say, the 9th and the 14th. But then there's another shot of cold air towards Easter. And then it's not until after Easter that you start to see this start to let up. This is the 18th to the 23rd around Easter, and then cold air still hanging around. And now this takes you from the 22nd of April to the 27th of April, and we're below normal again. So it's a late planting season for sure. Now there are a lot of maps that you go by. This one here shows you 4 different models of what we expect in snow, and as you can see, the period between now and that early next week is like no, really nothing at all. Then as you move this on from, let's say, right around the 20th through the 25th, you can see, like, this is what I look at. This model here shows snow over Pennsylvania, but not heavy. This one here shows snow towards New England. This one shows some snow in northern PA up into New England, and this one shows nothing. So these are the kind of things that I look at. And this is towards the end of the month. You can see one of the models shows a decent amount of snow coming up the coast between the 24th and the 29th. And then what you got to do is you got to figure out which one do you believe in. Here's the period between the 27th and the 1st, and that's when that real shot of cold air comes through. One model shows a storm that goes south of Pennsylvania. Here's one that shows some snow in Pennsylvania. This one shows snow in Pennsylvania. This one shows like a coastal storm. It's talking like 3 inches, 4 or 5 inches through here. So you got to keep that in mind when you look ahead. This is what I do. Now we look into the beginning of April when that coldest air is coming in, and now you can see it's showing snow in PA, snow PA and south, snow up the coast, snow again in Pennsylvania, a little bit. But you don't see any of those reds, and that would be what you would say a true like a storm for the Northeast. This is April 4th through the 9th. You can see it shows more snow along the coast. This one shows a little bit snow. This one shows a storm that's really heavy up in New York, and this one shows nothing much in Pennsylvania. So again, you have to sit and you got to figure out what these things are doing. Here's the 9th through the 14th. Not much snow at all in Pennsylvania. And you can see how it starts to go north, even though the cooler air is around relative to normal. So you can tell like if the temperatures are rising, say the middle of April, you average 60 degrees and you're like 8 degrees below normal. Your temperature is 52, so it makes it harder and harder to snow. So when I say below normal for that time of year, you have to know what you're averaging and then you subtract and know that it'll be below that temperature when we get into April. So what I wanted to show you here is what we're talking about when we say below normal. Like this is around this is the 20th. This is the afternoon temperatures. You can see 40s in Delaware and New Jersey, some 39s. You can see southeastern Pennsylvania, mid 40s, Poconos, upper 30s, and you can still see out here towards Bradford, it's below freezing. And that's in the afternoon, so it's pretty cold. And then if you were to move this into the nighttime hours, you can see everybody's dropping down below freezing. So if you're planting outside, understand that it's going to be cold. It's going to be some nights below freezing as we head towards the end of the month. And there's some days that'll warm up, but you can see temperatures are basically 40s and 30s through the 24th, and then you have a little bit, but it's going to go below normal. Now here's a day here on the 27th. Here's around the 26th, I should say. You got a warm day. Now you'll have that. And then you have that cold front that's going to come through. And then there all of a sudden, it disappears and then it comes back. And if you look through here, there's going to be some showers and whatever going on here on the 27th. So that's why it looks like that. But here's the 28th, 70s out here, 50s to the east. So, it's all going to vary. But again, temperatures relative to normal will begin to go down as we get into later in the month. So between now and say when that cold front comes through, you can see there's not much snow at all. Basically mountain snows in northern Pennsylvania, and this in between is not much. It's just like maybe at the end of some storm there might be some wet snow or something, but it's slim pickings for heavy snow or any kind of decent snow between now and the end of March. April, beginning of April, there might be something, so we have to keep an eye on it. All right, this is Fred. You take it easy.